Almost everybody needs additional training post-high school. And there's a lot of fields out there that can lead to the traditional high-paid, upper-middle-class American dream. Today, we'll be hearing from Joy Lee and Jenny Rodriguez-Vargas, representing Advanced Roofing, talking about their career ladder, which I think you'll hear about, but that's something I think is a very important issue. From what I understand is you have a structured program that people know when they join that there is career advancement. Yeah. And I think that's a brilliant idea that more organizations need to do so that people will understand it's not that you start at the bottom and stay at the bottom, start at the bottom and work your way up. So let's hear about it.
All right, thank you everyone. We're excited to be here with this group to present and share some of our initiatives internally with our career ladder and career pathing program at Advanced. We are sponsors. We do sponsor the Top Roofing Apprenticeship Program with the partnership of ABCI, and we're really proud to be able to offer that to our employees. It was difficult to condense this presentation into 10 minutes, but we wanted to be able to share with you as much information as possible and to give you as much detail to take away. We will be sharing this presentation with the group so that it could help you as a guide if you don't have a career pathing program already established in your organization. So basically what we did today is we are breaking the presentation into 3 categories. One of them is the planning phase, what it takes to put something like this together. It takes a village, right? Just like everything else, you're not going to be able to achieve this alone. The execution component of it, which Joey Lee spearheads across the organization, and then the engagement strategy. We collaborate across the business with that, but Eugenio Reyes, who is our trades recruiter and who has made a significant difference in our organization, will talk a little bit more about the value of partnerships, just like Commissioner Geller mentioned earlier today, right? Meeting with everyone, collaborating. I've collaborated with several individuals in this room today, with Jim, with Barbara, with Felix, just talking about, different ideas, brainstorming, even, partnering, helping the business grow and continue to move forward. Our objective really is to offer individuals an opportunity to grow and to make their personal and professional lives as rewarding as possible for themselves and for their families. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, it is a partnership, right? You can't go at it alone. You have to have the buy-in of the key stakeholders that are going to be a part of this initiative for your organization. They need to be on board with you as you embark on this journey. And I will tell you, it's a journey depending on the size of your business. Advanced employs today over 730 employees. We've grown significantly, I would say in the last 3 years since I came on board, we've grown about 25 to 27%. And it takes a lot of work to put something like this together. As far as key stakeholders are concerned, we did want to share with you some important partners that you would want to invite into the program, but also who leads and pushes these programs across the organization. You want to make sure that this is coming always from the top, right? Just like how you drive your culture across the organization, all of that has to come from the executive team, and you have to have very committed executive sponsors pushing this type of program across the business. You also should identify a project lead. In this case, Joey Lee is the project lead for our career pathing program across the organization, but we also partner with the recruitment team both on the corporate side and on the trade side. And then key collaborators, you're going to have to get the buy-in of department leads across the business, because you will also need their insight and input into how to build the requirements for these career paths, right? You'll have to identify some subject matter experts for each role so that they could really help you build those structures, and Joey will share a little bit more, and we have some snippets for you on how those structures are built. But you will need to define those you will need to identify the subject matter experts to help you define the success criteria on how to move to the next step in your career. And we talked about upward mobility, but there's also across the business, right? Sometimes we have employees who are in a certain department that express an interest, like someone could be in the accounting department and they express an interest going into the field, they want to become a project manager. So you have to have the right conversations with them and give them the facts about what it means to go in a different direction across the business as well, and how quickly they can get to where they want to be, both with intrinsic and extrinsic motivators, right? Because there is that financial component. Sometimes they have to step back and take a pay cut to go in a different direction across the business. So taking that also into consideration. And then we have a strong relationship with the marketing team. They're the ones that help us put all of this communication strategy together, get the information out, support our recruiters with all of the marketing collateral that we need to identify the right people to join the organization. All right, so we're gonna quickly go through the 10-step project plan, and then I'll hand it off to Joey. But the first thing you wanna do, and sometimes we think we don't have something in place just because it's not officially written or published, but you do want to assess your current structure or your current situation, right? We all have some type of career pathing program in place, whether we want to come to terms with it or not. So if you don't have a formalized one, you do need to sit with this, the key stakeholders or this committee that you've put together first to assess what your current situation is and identify the gaps so that you can build the nets to catch those gaps. You want to identify the key roles and skills that you're going to include in the career path, right? So I suggest you start with one path at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. I always recommend you create a baseline and then work off of that baseline, making sure that you're including both the technical and soft skills. We hone in on the soft skills because they are so important to the success of the individuals. At the end of the day, and we mentioned this along the presentation, the individual has to take ownership for their success, right? We give them the tools and the resources and the mentors to get ahead. We provide all of that for them, but if they don't own their success, we can't really help them get to where they want to get to.
And we have previously had speakers here on the importance of the soft skills.
Yes, and we've partnered with Broward County College too to work on these soft skill programs, to assess on soft skills, to send individuals to soft skill programs as well. So really, really important. We always say hire for attitude, train for skills. We identify that potential. There's patterns that we look at throughout the selection process, but really important to develop those soft skills and identify those soft skills as well. Also define the career levels. Have clear definitions, because if someone knows where they're going to, where they want to go, they know how to get there, they understand what the plan is and what their goals are. So very important to outline that for them. Establish a criteria for advancement, right? Make sure that you have the right systems in place, performance evaluations, career assessments, taking tenure into consideration, right? Because years of service or experience also play a key role on moving throughout the business. And any completion of trainings and certifications that are also required for that. You want to create development paths, so structured paths, right? Develop structured paths that outline the steps employees can take to make, those advancements throughout their careers. We see that all the time. It's so important for them to follow a plan. I know we talk about universities, right, and the push for universities. So a lot of those models that the universities are using or the colleges are using are models that you can implement in your own business for the trades and apply those to your career paths as you build those across the business. Communicate clearly, very important, right? This is that strategy and partnership with the marketing department, but also with the leaders across the organization, making sure that there's that constant communication, that they understand the opportunities that are available, that you're looking at, your staffing plans or projections, that you're sharing the growth across the organization, and helping them understand the different career levels that they could be a part of, right? And then provide the support and the resources, as I mentioned earlier, like those training programs, educational assistance. We take a lot of pride in the roofing apprenticeship program, but we're just implementing a new LMS so that we can create even more opportunity for people who want to take the initiative to develop on their own, right? So opening the doors for that as well. Joey is big on development, and he's also made significant growth in the trades. And he can share a little bit of that with you, but super important, right, to provide all of that assistance for them. We have also defined certain coaches. So we have this concept of the internal training organization, right? Where we define who are the subject matter experts in different areas, or people who are willing to be coaches. And the buy-in is so critical because this is outside of your day job, right? This is something that you have to commit to, and you have to have a desire to help people succeed and grow and really find a purpose. Monitor and evaluate. Make sure that you're getting feedback first and foremost from your employees. That's the best feedback that you can get.
By the way, you've gone for 10 minutes and you're still on your first speaker. So.
We're almost done.
Okay, well, I know you have 2 more speakers.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no, I was expecting you'd be 15 or 20. I just want to make sure it's not more than that.
Thank you. Yeah, we just wanted to make sure we gave you a lot of information so that you can implement it. But yeah, get the feedback from your employees. They're the ones that are going to help you to continue evolve the program, right? This is a big one for me. The promoting transparency and fairness and giving everyone an equal opportunity. Again, if you know someone is excited about their success and they're owning it, you need to give everyone a fair chance. Okay, it's super important to do that. And then last but not least, continuous improvement, which is one of our company's core values. We're continuously looking at the program. We look at it, review it once a year. The program has been now in the works, I would say, since 2018. It went live after 2020, and we look at the program annually. We continue to build that team and identify the evolving needs of the organization and the industry as well. So that's why it's important to continue to look at the program. I'm going to pass the mic on to Joey so he could talk to you a little bit about the framework and the process on the execution side. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. So we wanted to share with you guys a little bit of how we do our roofing production side of the business, couple of the bit of the framework that we came up with and how we utilize it, right? So on the left-hand side, what you're going to see is our roofing production scale, right? Where people can start, how they can get all the way up to the top. We give them as much information as possible, right? What kind of education are we looking for those roles? About how much do they pay, things like that. The right side's a little bit more basic. It's kind of more of what our recruiters, right, hand out when we're trying to hire on. Like they said, we like to really push and tell people, hey, you have this opportunity here, not just to be what you are today, but what you can be tomorrow. This is we spent a lot of time with our SMEs, right? When we talked about getting together with a group, we identified what each role within that framework or that tier has. We decided we needed to figure out what these people need to be able to do to get to the next level, right? We wanted to give them something to work towards, and that's how we kind of build our curriculum and build what we do to advance their careers. So now we know our apprenticeship 2 has to do.
I'm going to
all
briefly interrupt. I know that nobody can read that, but we will be sending you the link to this. And if you're close, you can read it. So don't worry about not being able to read it now. When you get the link, you will be able to read it.
And we can also share with you like the actual slide that
So, yeah, we wanted to condense it for the presentation just so you can see a side by side, right? The apprenticeship 2 has a certain amount of responsibilities, but then to move to a roofing mechanic 1, they have a whole nother set of responsibilities added onto their job role. Just helping to kind of demonstrate the experience that they're going to need or the skill set they need to get to the next role. This next slide here, this is where all of that kind of comes together, right? This is where we can start identifying skill gaps for our employees. So when we talk about advancing the employees, right, they come to us, they say, hey, I want some more money, or hey, I want to do something more for the organization, right? I get with their managers, I get with the employee themselves. We do a skills gap analysis. We run through this. We see how many points they hit. And then from there, we can either look at, yeah, they're ready to move on to the next role, or hey, you know, we have some training to do and we can put together plans to develop them and get them ready for that next role within the organization. That's all I have. Ohania? Sorry, back to Jenny. Thank you,
We're
guys.
going to transfer the mic to Eugenio, who's a key partner in this initiative, right? But before we do that, we do want to share with you that this is a three-prong approach, right? You have to focus on what you're doing through your attraction strategy, making sure that you're keeping your promise. So don't make promises that you can't keep when you're bringing talent into the business, right? That's a representation of your talent brand, just like your customer brand promise. Same thing, those are your internal customers. We ask you to also pause, right? Stop and really think about who you're inviting into your business. This is the hiring process, or the selection process is a key component to the future success. And then the retention component is really leading with a growth mindset, right? Making sure that everyone in the business gives everybody who wants to get ahead a fair chance. Implementing the right performance management systems, the meeting rhythms as it relates to those mentors, and subscribing to a continuous improvement methodology and mentality. So with that, I do want to pass the mic on to Eugenio, who can share with you the importance of community and partnership.
Thank you. So the first thing starts with the request from the hiring managers having the right job description, informing what are the requested from the candidates and the responsibilities and qualifications. And for the roofing positions and for the other positions, so we are not only a roofing company, we are roofing, we are solar, and we are HVAC, okay? So after that, we are gonna be utilizing the job boards on online platforms in order for us to post all of our jobs. I'm talking about Career Source, Indeed, and others that are partnering with us. And we continue networking and having a referral program inside our company where both are rewarded, the person that starts and the person that is referring the other one. And we have many partners around that most of them are sitting here, so Career Source, ABCI, School Board, OIC, OCI, Broward Urban League, Job Corps, Church World Services, Veterans, staffing agencies, which are our helpers and our partners in this collaboration. So as well, we partner with other trades organizations, and we'll attend industry events, participate in local job fairs and trade shows, and we offer our trainees or our apprentices a competitive compensation and benefits, and provide training and development. So we are hiring people that are really willing and interested in growing up with our company. That is most essential, our bread and butter every day. Thank you.
All right. Any questions before we wrap up?
We have time for a few questions, so Jacqueline, will you please take the microphone around to whoever has questions?
Felix, you had a question?
Oh, hold on, the mic is coming, because remember, we're taping it.
In terms of slide decks, do you have a recruitment slide deck that you send out to that for your presentations for potential employers?
We don't have a slide deck, but we do have several brochures that we do share with them that help them understand the value. And we can send those also to the team, to the group here, so that you guys can take a look at it and maybe leverage that for your own organization.
I just have a quick question. How many employees do you guys have?
We have 730 employees.
Which is a lot of employees. How many of those are here in Broward or in South, are you?
In South Florida, we have
South Florida.
about 400 employees between office and field staff, and we have 6 other branches across the state of Florida.
Thank you.
What's the wages and benefits on the apprentices and the journeymen?
So apprentices coming into the business with 0 experience start at $18 an hour, and they can take 2 tracks, right? There's a faster track of joining the apprenticeship program, or they can go the traditional route. If they take the apprenticeship program track, they can grow faster as far as skills and compensation is concerned. With the whole package, including benefits, comes out to about $32 an hour.
I think the question is, what are the benefits?
But what are the benefits?
Right, do you have health
Oh, yeah,
insurance?
we have health, we have a comprehensive benefit package, and we found that to be super important. We have about 60% of our frontline population participates in the benefits, which is extraordinary because we get a lot of feedback on that as well. But we do see it as a value added. We offer 401k. We pay for their apprenticeship program, so it's a paid program. I mean, we have, again, short-term, long-term disability, a comprehensive package. Health insurance, dental, vision, vacation, everyone across the business, yes.
That's great.
Hey, Jacqueline. I know how much work that is, putting that together and kind of looking internally in the company. Obvious benefits externally to new employees. Have you found benefits sort of internally, getting a better handle on what your workforce looks like internally?
From what perspective?
Just understanding the jobs, not forcing yourself to sort of organize those roles. and
Yes,
just
we
a
have found a
cleaner
lot
vision
of
what you have.
benefits there, 100%. That's such a great question, because it does allow us, I was actually talking to Rob Cornarens this morning on my way here. The fact that it allows us to plan, right? And we plan and we look ahead, and that's how we're able to, I feel like everyone here knows what it feels like in today's world, right? To run a business, right? It's nonstop, it's like crazy. If you don't have a plan to fail, basically, right? So having a plan in place that allows us to look ahead with the right systems, and both in communication and performance, also gives us that edge to grow and continue with a structured path. So yes.
I just want to make a quick comment. I'm such an advocate for advanced roofing. When I go there, I see the diversity of employees that work for them and how they go above and beyond. You talk about benefits. One time, I don't know if I can share this.
Yeah,
One
go
time,
ahead.
I was there and the guys didn't have cars to get to their location. They give them Ubers. And I'm like, that's the benefit that, it's pretty amazing, because you have a lot of individuals relocating here that don't have cars, that just don't have the means, and they make it happen for them. So it's amazing what they do.
Thank you, Barbara.
Let me ask one last question, or unless there's another question, but there's a lot of roofing companies down here. Have you looked at your retention in comparison to other roofing companies that don't have the same comprehensive suite of benefits?
Yes, we have, and we do have a 4-year retention rate on average. Also, compared to the industry, there's about a 63% turnover rate in the construction industry. We are 22% below the average turnover rate. And a lot of it has to do with our culture, obviously, our values, and then all of these opportunities that we're really committed to.
But so shockingly enough, if you give people a path to advancement and you pay a good salary and you pay good benefits, people will stay there. I'm shocked.
Yes, across generations, by the way. My entire team is the younger generation, and then I have Eugenio also and myself, so it's a diverse work environment, and they all want to be there. They all want to grow with the business, and they all see the opportunity and the stability, right? Which is important for them
And
as
we'll
well.
make this the last question.
I'm sorry, the journeyman rate? It depends, right, where you're at in the path. So, a journeyman can make anywhere between $27 and $32 an hour.
Okay. Great presentation, and it sounds like a great program. And again, for all of the employers that are complaining if they can't keep employees or attract them, I think you've shown what you need to do to attract and keep them. Pay a decent rate, give them advancement, and pay benefits.
Thank you.
I'm shocked.
Thank you, guys. You're welcome to reach out to us, submit a ticket to our HR help desk, and we have someone that, signs those tickets. So Joey, Eugenio, and I are happy to reach out and help you through this journey.
Can you please also send me a copy of that package so we can distribute that as well?
Yes.
When we distribute, we'll email that to you when we distribute the link, because it may be a little difficult to read on the link.
For sure. We'll send it to Jackie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.